the truth. Check out the map, though. We're going to see some action in the mid here between Shad and I think Misha. Also, we've got McFantastic doing it. It's going to be a 2-on-1 situation here for this guy in the mid. They're going to cut him off. Will they trip him up, though, is the question. They're going to try and spike him down. Will it happen? He's trying to power through. He might just run all the way through to Henge. I'm following McFantastic. He's actually running backwards, running a little bit. Will he get over to Henge before it caps up? No,
sure.
he
Looks
will
like
not.
he's not going to be able to get there yet.
And he has failed in his job.
So wasted. I didn't say he failed in his job because he is a decap Bendy. So look, you can see right now. Look at all these knockbacks he's gonna get. So this strategy. Okay, so this strategy's gonna go one of two ways. And assuming he's able to get enough knockbacks off on Almir here right now, he's gotta wait for cooldown. So he's already this is already paying out to not be so good. He's gonna have to get those knockbacks off and get the decap on the point. Now, by running an NG build such as this, they are gonna be sacrificing a lot of team fight potential because really this sort of build won't really provide like at first glance you'd think it provide a lot of CC and whatnot to the team fight, but in reality it sort of doesn't do all that much, so they are going to have to watch out for this one. This one I think will do a little bit more than some of the power variants we've seen coming into play, but overall still I think just this one will just end up being a decap build. It's a very predictable build, while it can get the decaps off, it's just, I don't know, it's a highly debatable thing right now in the meta.
Yeah, check out Dragon on Ice. He just kind of died there. Before we saw Naya push up all the way to mine here, Cyrus has just died as well. Chaw respawn, goes back into the fight. Chawbreaker's gonna have a little bit of trouble here as well. We will see that the decap actually did go off on Henge, so no point has been captured, but it's 37 points up now for 55 HP Monks, now 42, 47 with those additional kills, and they're just at this point, Milo is just like kind of running around on mid. These Guardians on mid might as well not. Actually, here comes Shad. Here's something to do with.
Wait, I mean, bunker on bunker, there's not much you can do. You're never going to make any progress on each other, so.
They could just sit, like, literally /sit, and nothing would happen.
Have a tea party.
Yeah. Just, like, exchange virtues. But McFantastic is going to have some trouble. Misha loves Miley. Apparently, it says in chat. But McFantastic has to deal now with Misha and Aldemiri here on Henge. He's going to get dropped down there. And over on mine, we're actually going to see Naya get taken out. But he gets stealthed last second by Shad. And res immediately. Oh, such a great play by Shad there. That SR was very clutch in the offense of the mine point here. Now he's going to be able to get all of his spirits back out here. Rejoin the team fight. Cyrus drops into the downstate. Misha drops the portal over here as well. And man, that's so sick there. They might grab a 3-cap pretty soon, actually.
There's so much cleave over here at the mine. It just absolutely destroyed Clawbreaker as he tried to res up Cyrus. So just so much there.
It's such a good game for.
I was like, there was no other way to describe it, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, 55 HP Monks is. Oh wow, thanks, man. 55 HP Monks is really putting on the hurt here. There's 0 points for Ma coming into this. 118 now for 55 HP Monks, man.
Yeah, again, so this is sort of like the thing I was talking about earlier, because basically by having this decap Benji, and really now that he's outnumbered, he won't be able to do much. Like, by having this build, yes, you will get a lot of decaps at far, but you're going to be sacrificing a lot because he won't really be able to do much or be able to join most of the team fights. So it's sort of being down a man in most team fights, and a lot of teams have, like, sort of chosen to just not run the builds like that because that's what it ends up doing. And it's just, like I'm seeing, like you can sort of see right now, like even over here in mid, they have the forces, but because they're lacking something that Ninja could bring, like if he was running like a pistol skirmish build or like just a general nade bomb Condi build, he could be doing a lot more in this team fight, and they're just missing that right now, and you can see it.
Yeah, and here's Shad with the stomp on McFantastic. Still no points for the muck camp over here. They're putting so many people on the mid. So much of their resources has been diverted here, and it's just Milo and Misha. It's a 4v2, and they still they're not quite able to take it. Now it's a 4v3, and oh my God, Milo, you're such a badass. Oh God, look at him. He just now went into the downstate. They're still trying to get him down, and if they stomp out Lux, which they just might, he does rally. Still, oh my God, such great plays here from 55 HP Monks.
And indeed, more reinforcements coming in from 55 HP Monks right now. Milo going to be going into the downstate. Lux and Tana going to be trying to get an executed snap off, but there's just going to be too much cleave, and now Lux will be going into the downstate here as well. In addition to Clawbreaker and Dragon on Ice, those two will be brought into the downstate here too. And now they will be taking them out over the next few seconds here, and we'll give the point to...
I think 55 HP Monks might actually be a cult. Because they keep chanting.
Apparently Misha really loves Miley.
And Misha just loves Miley.
They really want us to know that. Look, can I go again?
Are you okay, Blue? Did we just break you?
Insane.
Fantastic. Tried to do his best here. Actually got the capture off. Aldemir coming in with a stomp on him. They'll get the decap, no problem. They got some points on the board, guys. 15 now to 244. Cyrus trying to get something done. But Naya coming up here. He won't probably get the decap. He's going to go ahead and try and go in on Chopbreaker. He's going to take this 2v1 here. Over here on mid, we're going to see Lux try and get some work done, but Milo's here to deal with that, so he might as well just not talk about it because it's 2 Guardian bunkers. And we're going to see Dragon on Ice trying to decide where he goes, where to put his Necro pressure, and I don't think that he's trying to go to mid, which actually might help him. Also, we're going to see McFantastic do the same here. So if they can 3v1, or now 3v2, now that Aldemir is coming into the mid as well, they might be able to take this point. They might finally be able to get some kills.
We're going to have to see, though, Milo holding on quite nicely at the moment. They're going on to Milo again, running on the Guardian build here. He's got some support coming in from Aldemir over the next few seconds here. Milo going to be okay, but again, a lot of cooldowns already being used. They're going to pop that in power as well. Still has the save yourselves, but that's about all he's got left here. As well, hold the line and apologies, hold the line and stand your ground. Should be coming off shortly here, but it's going to be tough here. Cyrus now going into the downstate over here at the mine as well. But again, going back to the middle fight with these reinforcements now coming in for 55 HP bunks, they should be able to easily hold on to the point over here.
Yeah, it's... There are very few things to be said right now.
So I think there is, because again, Ma is somewhat of a newer team. We haven't actually, this team name it specifically, I think I have seen one or two of these players in an ESL Cup before, but Ma itself as its composition, we have not seen play before, so there is an obvious experience and team synergy gap coming into play here, guys. We just want to note that.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they need to start playing in a lot more ESL Cups, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They're being matched up against people who kind of generally win mode. Like 55 HP Monks, Cheese Mode, and now VOTF. These are the teams that always win.
Yeah.
You get matched up against one of them, you're going to have a tough time. So, I mean, it just comes down to, like, entering more week after week, getting into the grind and learning the other teams. Like, actually, I would like to see these guys start scrimming against 55 HP Monks and getting better. They're holding a 3 kill. Actually, no, they aren't holding a 3 kill because Milo gets off.
They're starting to get it now. They're starting to poke through a little bit, but at this point, like again, looking at the scores here, it is like it's unfortunately going to be like way too late for them to make a comeback, at least in this round.
Yeah, it's this map is over for sure. It's 411-31. Unless like there's a purposeful throw from 55 HP Monks, we're not going to, which we won't see. We're going to this game is entirely over. We're going to go to Legacy of the Foe Fire, where we are going to see a lot more action.
As you can see right now, they are starting to get a little bit better. They're rotating themselves a little bit more, as at least. But again, like overall in the team fight game, we are seeing just sort of get very much outclassed here. So I think coming into the next map, they are going to think about this a little bit better. They're going to think, hey, maybe if we try to go for side caps, things go a lot better. If we try to go focus on the side caps, let's use that decap engine we have and maybe try to take 2 of ours and go with him and going over that point and just try and take that really early in the game and then try to hold on to those 2 side nodes for as long as we can. And as well, because of the fact that 55 HP Monks is going to get very confident, I think, in the next round. So they may be able to take an abuse to that, and when and if 55 HP Monks sort of like leaves mid alone in the next map, they can just go in there and get a decap on that too.
Yeah, man. I'd be interested in seeing if they decide to actually change their comp up, because they do have two Necros here.
Yeah.
That's sort of keeping them like I'm looking at their ranks. They're not low ranked. They know this game.
We already see some of them leaving the game, so I'm assuming they're going to be switching out some stuff now too. No,
their warrior and their and actually
did they have a thief? I'm trying to remember.
No, they didn't.
I think they may try to go for a thief because I think they were lacking in some burst. In all honesty,
only 2 of them actually stay in the game, unless they're guardian and one of their mesmers. So that's or one of their necros rather. So that's necro, NG, their decap NG, which I think they should keep. He was doing a decent job.
I mean, like, you could keep it, but at the same time, it's not going to be a bad thing if you swap it out for, like, another NG build or another... like, we're kind of going to have to see who ends up coming back into the game, but...
Yep.
Like, it could be, like, you could leave it in there, but in theory, it's not a bad thing that you're swapping it out either.
We'll have to see what comes up out of here.
So we are waiting for them to join up. But again, like I was saying, I think they can try to take, depending on what their comp is here, I think they can try to take a lot of abuse to the fact that obviously 55H Monks is going to get very confident coming into this next round. And through that, they can try to get a lot of decaps going off there. So I think that's going to be the plan here for Ma coming into the next round.
Yep. We will see McFantastic. He's already back in spectator mode at least on the NG. We're going to see the Warrior has changed in as Death Warrior. And that's a Hambo.
So NG still.
I don't know why the Warrior. Let's check out the Warriors build real fast.
Okay, so let me go back into the in-game cameras real quick. Oh, that's the away screen. There we go.
It's pretty much the same thing.
So yeah, it is Hembo. So where's our 5th though? Because they did trade out the Necromancer too.
Yeah, I don't know why he swapped to another, unless he was the
he running
Necro.
Soldiers before?
I think he
think
was.
oh, Death Warrior. No, Death Warrior was the Necro. Chawbreaker. I remember Chawbreaker. Chawbreaker wasn't here previously.
Okay,
So they're going
so
with
that's
the double Hambo strat. But usually, at least from an EU perspective, we usually see one tanky Hambo and one damage Hambo. They're running 2 damage Hambos, and the way you differentiate between the two is one will run Soldier's Amulet, the other will run Berserker's Amulet, and damage Hambos sometimes run like 10-0, 25-0, 30 or something like that. Like, obviously that's not 70 points that I just said aloud there, but you get the point. So I think they're going to be going with the 2 damagey Hambos. Just, I don't know, like I think they kind of need some more direct burst. So I'm not sure how well this is going to end up going for them, but we will have to see.
Man.
They are missing, I will say, they are missing some, like, pretty serious direct damage in the comp at the moment. Like, they need, like, a Thief or something like that to try and get some good direct damage going here. Like, Shad has that in the, Shad has that on the Thief. Over here, 55 HP monks, they've got that spike that they need. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like the Spirit Ranger, like, sword auto attack can do a pretty decent amount of damage, too, on a single target, if you're gonna manage to keep on the target, so... They do have that coming into play on 55 HP, in addition to the AoE that comes into play through, like, Aldmiri and some of the other members here. But Aldmiri actually, is Aldmiri running Hammer? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Aldmiri's not even running Hammer, but, so, I mean, but they've got the AoE coming in from other places, so. I do think that we could be seeing a little bit more, like, direct damage coming up from Muzzcount, though, but... Like
Check out the splits, man.
Checking out those splits. Directly out of the gates here, we are going to be seeing Chawbreaker making his way over to the quarry as well. Misha Tenet will be countering that by making his way over to the quarry as well. We'll see 3 people from 55 H monks going to mid, and we will see again Mick Fantastic will making his way over here to the waterfall. Actually pulled the warrior off that and stopped the cap for a little bit, and they'll still be duking it out for quite some time.
Yep, and Mick Fantastic gets to the point before it gets capped. Good job this time. Aldmiri gonna have a little bit of trouble against him, but I think he'll do just fine in this in the fight. But if we go to the mid fight now and check out what's going on, Cyrus has already been stomped out here. I kind of question why he was that close to the mid immediately, but that might have been just his fault for just jumping into it.
I'm trying to see if they, like, tried to mic stack. It looks like they might have gone for some mic stacks or something. I'm looking at Death Warrior. He does have 15 stacks of might. They may have tried to go for, like, power stacking through Lux or something like that, but I don't know. Maybe they got interrupted or something. I was missing from the cameras there before we jumped in, but I think I will agree when I say that he was a bit too close. And unfortunately as well, Lux is going to be going down due to the corpse sleeve on Death Warrior there too, so that'll make for a very quick cap for 55 HP monks here in the middle.
Yeah, this is not going well. This is an entire team wipe from coming out fresh out of the gates. We're barely 2 minutes in, or actually a minute and a half in, really. Going into this, he's going to get on the quarry and try and do some work, but he's a Necro going against Shad and Misha, so he's kind of squishy, and he's going to get pretty much chained down immediately, and then the portal drops as well. Nye coming in for the stomp. Misha, the portal play is going to come into effect very soon, probably, or he might not even need to, as we do see that they're just going to decide to trip up pretty much everyone here. They have the 3 cap. And the thing about what's coming through here is that they're coming in piecemeal, like one by one, and that's just not what they can afford to do here.
As well, their movements are, like, somewhat obvious too. So 55 HP monks, again, we do need to note that there is that experience gap. There is that experience and team synergy gap that comes into play here. But, like, their movements are, like, very obvious in a way that 55 HP monks can sort of scout them out and try to counter them, as we're seeing right now over here at the waterfall. They try to sneak through middle, but then they quickly change paths over to the waterfall to try and juke them out. But because they had so many people already at waterfall to expend, they just directed over there with them and headed over to waterfall so they can keep the cap.
I just, part of me questions, like, well, just like everything that they're doing. They're just jumping into these fights they can't take. They're like, I mean, look at Lux. He's dropped the Sanctuary, which is fine. Now he can kind of just sit inside of there and cower while Misha runs circles around him, and Shad's just waiting for it to expire. What is coming, like, what's lacking from is just an understanding of what they need to do here, which is really unfortunate.
I think communication is really lacking.
It's not even communication, because even if they were talking, they wouldn't know what to do. What they need to learn is correct rotations. Death Warrior now going down, Mick Fantastic trying to support him as well, but I mean, Miles gonna come in the stop and they'll have this no problem. Like, really, what this comes down to is their squishier players kind of aren't relying on their heavier players to get in there, and their heavier players aren't playing defensively enough. Like we said in the beginning of this match, there are 2 damage Hambos and a Guardian. It's kind of not really enough for them. Cyrus now has trying to deal with Naya going through with this, and now Blue is just gonna go ahead and push Lord and hold the 3 cap at the same time. So.
Yep, so it is going pretty dominantly in the favor of 55 HG Monks here at the moment. Current scores, again, we do have the 3 cap right now for 55 HG Monks, in addition to 262 points overall for their score, so they just crossed the halfway mark and are halfway to achieving victory in this game at the moment.
Yeah, we're almost there, guys.
We actually see 55 HG Monks is going for a bit of a Lord flush here early on in the game. They're very confident in it, and they just want to try to push this as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and the sad thing is they'll do this without losing their 3 cap. If they can do this, I'll actually be pretty impressed. Shad's going to go ahead and try and stomp out Chawbreaker. Manages to type out Misha loves Miley once more time, but Death Warrior is going to try and get him down. No, he's going to SR up and be just fine. If I check out the Lord, not enough pressure has been going down here. Cyrus is in the downstate over here as well. So we're going to see Naya's just going to go ahead and keep soloing the Lord here as the rest of the team backs up and keeps the 3 cap.
And indeed, we do see that the 3 cap has been taken away. Cyrus.
You know
Your prediction was wrong, my friend.
You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And Death Warrior is going to get stomped out here. And they'll regain their 3 cap, and then now they have 350 points, and they can just abandon this and push Lord and end the game. It's just really unfortunate that that they had to learn this way. The rotations, the team comp stuff. I hope they actually learn what they need to do from this instead of sort of just coming away from this and being like upset with this loss. It wasn't a loss that was like it was. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it in ways that I have done already.
Well, alright guys, we are going to be seeing, and I do apologize for not changing the scoreboard there in between games,
Yep.
I seem to have forgotten there, but we will be seeing 55 HG Monks moving on into the grand finals again, and as well, Team Ma has now been eliminated.